Good morning, everyone. In the beginning, I would like to extend my thanks to all the participants and, of course, to extend my thanks and gratitude to the host country, the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. As we have seen during the previous presentations, we do not lack expertise in the Arab region, but we rather lack coordination between these competencies and capacities. This is why AIDSMO and G-Force and with the support of the U.S. Codex Office, there have been efforts exerted for the coordination during which the points of contact from the Arab region exchanged information and expertise. During my presentation, I will be viewing the 54th session of the Codex Committee on Food Additives, CCFA54. So this presentation aims at giving you an outline of the main discussion, in addition to the priority agenda items, highlights of discussions, key recommendations during this session, in addition to a summary on the future work. The 54th session of the CCFA was held in Chengdu, China, from 22nd to 26th of April 2024, and it was attended by representatives of 41 member countries, in addition to one member organization, 23 observer organizations, in addition to FAO and the WHO. From Arab countries, there were 4 participating countries, which are Algeria, Egypt, Morocco, and Saudi Arabia. The priority agenda items discussed during the Arab coordination meetings included item 3.11 related to azodicarbonamide, 4.1 endorsement and or revision of maximum levels for food additives and processing aids in Codex standards, 4.2 alignment of the food additives provisions of commodity standards, and 5.1 general standards for food additives and the proposals for new revision for food additives, in addition to items related to the international numbering systems and the class names, in addition to additions and changes to the priority list of substances proposed by evaluation, and other items related to paper development related to item 8 and 9. The highlights of the discussion regarding the azodicarbonamide discussed the safety concerns, which led to discussion on withdrawing its acceptable daily intake. And the recommendation was to add this priority list to the GECFA evaluation, and it may be removed if no supporting data is provided. As per the item 4.1 on the endorsement and revision of maximum levels for food activities and processing aids, the appropriate maximum levels to ensure safety and sustainability for consumption were discussed, and we endorsed the proposed maximum levels and ensured they align with international standards. As per the following item, 4.2, alignment of food additive provisions of commodity standards, we focused on harmonizing food additive standards with international provisions for consistency. And the recommendation was to align regional standards with international provisions for consistency and safety. Regarding item 5.2 pertaining to the proposals for new and/or revisions of food additive provisions, the discussions focused on the need of updating safety evaluations for ascorbyl palmitate and propylene glycol. And the recommendation was to conduct full safety evaluation for ascorbyl palmitate and update the evaluation for propylene glycol. Regarding the draft revision to class names and international systems for naming food additives, we emphasized on updating the class names and the INS for better clarity and consistency in food labeling. And the recommendation was to establish an electronic working group to propose and consider the changes at the level of international numbering systems and to consider them. Regarding items 6, item 7, the additions and changes to the GECFA priority list, we discussed including new substances like sucroglycerides and steviol glycosides for evaluation. The recommendation was to forward amended priority list for endorsement and to request additional comments and information. Regarding the following item, on the divergence between the global standard food additives and the codex standards, we focused on the challenges in aligning the GSFA and the codex standards for commodities to avoid any inconsistencies. The recommendation was to reaffirm the GSFA as the main resource of information regarding food additives and to address the challenges related to alignments. As per the development standard for the baking yeast, we discussed the importance of developing a standard for the baker's yeast to ensure its quality and safety. And we recommended to develop the standard within 3 sessions to ensure the quality and safety of the baker's yeast. During this session, we did not indicate that there were any, or we did not receive any comments from the participating countries. As per the future works, when it comes to aligning the regional standards, we will be working on the alignment of regional standards with international provisions, and the support needed from the member countries is to actively participate in regional committees to address any discrepancies. And regarding the priority list for the GECFA evaluations, the future work will be embodied in regular updates to the priority list, including new substances, and the support needed would be to constantly feed with data and collaborate to ensure timely and comprehensive evaluation. Regarding international numbering systems, we suggested the establishment of international work group to consider and propose changes to the INS, ensuring it reflects current needs, and the support we need is contributions from member countries to propose and review these changes and to ensure that the INS remains relevant. Regarding the general standards for food additives, we worked on establishing an electronic working group to review and update the provisions of the GSFA, and the support needed here would be the continuous engagement and involvement from member countries to provide data that would allow us to conduct the evaluation. In conclusion, these discussions that took place during the CCFA on its 15th 54th session concluded to a number of main recommendations to be endorsed during CAC47, included adding the azodicarbonamate to the GECFA priority list for evaluation and endorsing the revised maximum levels for food additives, aligning regional standards with international provisions and updating safety evaluations for specific additives, and developing a standard for the baker's yeast. All of this initiative require robust and agile support and participation from the member countries to ensure the successful implementation and continuous improvement for additive standards and international consistency. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for your efforts within the Codex initiatives.